Hello Mention, we're back with another card tutorial effect, and with this magic effect I call front tilt. It requires what no longer exists. Sleight the hand, we don't use it, it's a principle we got rid of, and a few other for a while now. So as speaking for myself personally, another effect that I've added is a bit of alchemy, and it requires one transition to a second sequence or any sequence of magic. So this is a 3-sequence effect, and you can use it as a standalone single effect, but we'll show over the uses. So as far, pick any card that's picking at random is chosen. So from there, the 6 of spades. Place on top, center of the deck. Card goes in the center of the deck, and just with the wave, the card returns. How does it look? Let's go into it again. One more time. Random card is chosen. It is then placed. And with that, place it in the center. Goes in, and the card seamlessly changes. So with another variation, here's the second variation of it. Any card that's chosen at random, riffle, the card is then placed to the middle of the deck, just as chosen. And now from there, what we'll go into the effect is at the beginning. Nothing that's happened yet. But if we take this card seamlessly, this one actually will go and meet your card in the center of the deck, and it'll change. So let's give it a try. So in there, and then from there, it changes back. So with this transposition is a color change, or a card ambitious change, where it gives the effect of you changing a card into a color change or anything of this card meeting from the center of the deck, as simply just placing it in the middle of the deck. So let's get into it. This is how it looks. So we'll get into the first variation, then we'll get into the second and go along to the third variation. I probably won't be able to get to all the variations today, so I'll break up the video so you'll be able to see part 2 and 3, so this will be a 3-part video. So here's what the front tilt looks like. You're actually going to take any card at random. With this being done, as you have the chosen card, you're going to take your thumb in dealer's grip. So the card is in dealer's grip, you're going to take your thumb here, push the card 1 centimeter ahead. It doesn't look like much, but in the back you can see, and here you can see the top there. You only want enough just to change. So on bringing the card to the deck, when you riffle to place the card, no doubtedly that you're going to place it into the middle of the deck. This is easier. So for beginners, I'm going to do this for beginners, and here's the advanced mode. So for advanced, you can just go straight to the top card there, and it'll bring just the top card up. So from there, you can go into the effect. So from the front, how it looks is when you go into the effect, and you can seamlessly look and place one motion. So there's how it goes. But for beginners, if you're having difficulty just going straight to the top card, with the centimeter out, you'll give a riffle, place the card in the center of the deck, you're gonna riffle up, and it'll come to the top deck. It'll come to the top. So from there in that motion, just gonna riffle up, and it'll come to the top of the deck, and you can there. And now you have 2 cards underneath. So your Jack of Spades is now underneath the top of the deck. So from there, as far as that explained, now we're gonna get into the move. So into the one sequence is you want to make it flawlessly. So from there, it looks like you're just simply taking a card, taking it, and you're placing it on top. That you haven't done nothing yet undercover. So we're gonna pick it up as two, and now the card's on top. And as soon as you place it over, there. The effect is done, and now you can get into the move. Take the card in the middle and simply just place it over and comes to the top. Now with the other variation is for the second variation, you're gonna take the card and it's going to make the transition as if you put it in the center of the deck. So for that one, that's the first sequence. The sequence I just showed was a 2 sequence. This is a 1 sequence. And I'll explain the difference. So you push the centimeter card up, you bring it in, it goes, you're putting it in the center of the deck, but on top of that, you bring it to the center, to the top, and it looks exactly as you put, but on the cover of placing it in the center of the deck, when you place it directly under the first card, you'll come up. As soon as that card ends, you actually want to break the deck up. So immediately you want to break the deck, given space. As I talked about in my other Magic performances, space in your Magic creates more magic and miracles to be there and stay within it. It actually works, and it's a bit performing powerful or strong magic, as if performance wise anyway, from house parties or performance wise wherever you're at. So space, the space is there, undoubtedly you place it in the middle of the deck, and now it's in the center, and that's 1 sequence. So now from there, the card is still there, so your Jack of Spades is still there. So I'm taking that effect, will take this card that's a random card, you'll show that it's a random card, and you'll actually take this one and it's going to meet with your card. You can actually place this one in the center of the deck. This one is actually going to the center of the deck. So you want to give this reaction, this effect, that the card is actually going into the center and you're going to retrieve it the same way. So as going in, and you bring the deck up a little bit, and it looks like you're actually pulling out the card from the top of the deck. So as you bring in the deck up, it can mean a difference, and that's the front tilt part of it. So you can use it in this way, but seamlessly when this card is underneath here, the second one, and you pulled an actively random card out from this sequence. As soon as you place the card in, you want to retrieve it, but you're thumbing off this card here. So this is the action. You're thumbing off this card, and on the action of thumbing off the card, you want to tilt the deck back upwards, release the middle card, and bring out the top card as if it just came from the center of the deck. That'll be enough for this explanation. I'll go into the third variation a little bit later, and check out my card DVD that I'll be releasing, and I'll release more, and I'm glad if anybody purchased it. That'll be good. And for now, let's get into some more stuff, and I'll catch you on the next vlog.